Here we have a new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. This one comes in the high country trim level in your standard black on night shift blue perforated leather interior. Then we have the jet black accents to go along with that. And then the powertrain consists of a 3-liter turbo diesel inline 6 engine, mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission. Coming around to the front end here, of course, LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, and then LED fog lights. But this grille just really looks fantastic on this truck. I love how we have the aluminum here, that bar that goes all the way across. It looks kind of like the F-150 Lightnings. And then I love just the kind of galvanized gloss black here, and even how it goes with this black bow tie here. And the only plastic is going to be right here. Everything else is either chrome or paint color. Just a really good look there. But coming around to the wheels, these are going to be 22-inch painted aluminum. And this is a $1,400 option on this high country, which really gives it that kind of old school sleek look there. We get passive keyless entry on the front 2 doors, power running boards, and then over here the door panel. I like how we have the high country badge there. It doesn't look cheap at all. And then we have power door lock controls, memory seat controls, power windows, power mirrors that also power fold with blind spot monitors. And then the front 2 windows are auto one touch up and down. And I just love just the overall look of this door panel. I love how the night shift blue, even though this is kind of that hard plastic, you got a soft felt here. And then that speaker cover looks really nice as well, getting that Bose sound system. And then I like that this isn't your standard kind of black plastic look there. It's kind of perforated, a really nice look. Of course, plenty of storage in the door panel. And then over here we have our electronic parking brake. You just press that to engage it and then hit the brake and press it again to disengage. Heads up display controls here. We'll take a look at that later. And then we have our 4-wheel drive controls. Of course, we have an auto mode. And then we have 3 different drive modes along with the tow haul mode. And on that new all digital gauge cluster, you can see it's sport, off-road, and then your normal. But we'll delve into that later. Then headlamp controls here. We do get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. And then there we have our power driver's seat with power lumbar support. And just really love this blue. It looks really, really nice. Before we hop in the back seat, let's go ahead and take a look at this window sticker. All these standard safety features, amenities, all of that. So you can pause that wherever to take a closer look, but let's go over these options. We get the technology package, which includes that rear camera mirror, heads-up display, and adaptive cruise. We have those power running boards, adaptive ride control suspension. Can't wait to test that out. And then this sticker's right at $72,575, so it's up there, but we'll see if it's worth it. So of course, per usual, every other Silverado I've reviewed, really great legroom back here. And I have the seat in front of me adjusted for someone of my size. And I have several inches of headroom. And then over here, we have our rear AC vents and then 3-stage heated outboard seats along with a USB-C and USB-A charging port there. Cup holders here. And then if you want to, the center seat folds down. Then you have a little space in there. And then hangers on the back 2 doors here. And then if you want even more space, you can just fold this up. Pretty easy to do. And then you have a little storage underneath the seat as well. And of course, this being the turbo diesel, make sure you only put diesel in there and make sure that your DEF fluid stays where it's supposed to be. Going around to the back of the truck here, we get full LED lights except for those reverse lights. I wish they would put LED backup lights in there. I'd love that. But my favorite thing about the high countries, there's a dual exhaust, is going to be this power up and down tailgate here. And of course we have our LED bed lights here. And then a 120 volt 3-prong household plug-in in the back, which is pretty much a must these days. So like I said, this is one of my favorite features in the LTZs and then the high countries, being able to hit that tailgate up and down, especially from up front, for those trips to Lowe's where you don't want to get out of the car. And then here we have our power driver's seat for the front passenger with power lumbar. And I believe these seats are either 8 or 10 ways, but I'll confirm that. Pretty sure it said on that window sticker. But overall, in terms of looks, I really like this new Silverado. Came in late 22 when they got that refresh. Let's go ahead and check out the engine bay. And there's a 3-liter Duramax diesel. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. Feels much better in here. It's a little nippy outside. But we do have a leather wrapped heated steering wheel here. We can toggle that there. I have pretty huge hands, so it's nice to be able to put them wherever. And then to the fun part, as part of that updated interior we got in the late 22 models, this is going to be that 13.4 inch Google Assistant display here. And I already have the Google Maps set up. Of course, this is really intuitive, very easy to use. I really like the system. Now to keep this, you do have to get a subscription for it eventually. I think you get a little trial section in the beginning when you first get the truck, but I mean, a really good system overall. And I like that you can even have it up here while you're doing your audio and vice versa. And we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, wireless Apple CarPlay, and then wireless Android Auto compatibility. And then with this being a high country, of course, we have the upgraded trailering profiles that we can attach, so we can set up how we want our light test to go, any accessories, so on and so forth. And then for the cameras, which there are plenty, we have a bird's eye view there. That's our backup camera. That's our front camera. Then we have our curbside view camera, so we can see ahead of us or behind us on the curb. Then we have an actual trailer hitch view. We have a 360 view for backing up if we were to have a trailer, or hooking up to that. And then my favorite is going to be that bed camera, because I like to haul a lot, so I like being able to see that, make sure nothing's falling out. And there's a look, if you have the guest trailer set up, lights, cameras, checklists. So really good stuff there. And then of course we get our Wi-Fi hotspot. And then I really like the dual zone automatic climate control functions, because we can use those on the actual screen here, and it's very intuitive, very quick, so you can change what's going on instantly. So, like, see how fast I was able to do that? Just really, really cool. And then we have actual knobs and buttons down here, and then 3-stage heated and cooled seats for the driver and front passenger as well. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A input, trailer brake controller. Now to the shifter, we can just hit the brake, hit this button here, pull down for drive, and then tap down for low mode, and we can manually shift using these paddle shifters here. We can tap up for neutral from there, or we can hit the button, push all the way up for reverse, press P for park. So I really like that as part of the updated interior as well, having that shifter on the floor. And cup holders, little storage area here, little junk pile here for trash, whatever. And then we do have pockets down here on either side as well, to stick maps or whatever. So to this huge center console cubby space, wireless charging pad, 2 more USB-C, USB-A chargers, and then we have a 3-prong, another 120 volt, I believe, right here. And then nice removable tray and a really deep pocket in there for the actual space itself. There's a look at the back seat from up here. Of course, a power rear sliding window. Now over here to the glove compartments, we do get a top one there. I really like how they did the wood grain with that. And then we have a lockable traditional glove compartment there, which is a pretty decent size. And then we have our lane departure, parking sensors, auto stop. Like I said, one of my favorite features about this truck is being able to power fold the tailgate up and down from up front. We have a traditional home button and volume button there. And then back to the steering wheel, we can toggle our cruise control, which we do have adaptive cruise as part of that technology package. And then to actually change it from adaptive to just regular, you just hold this here, and then you can see after a few seconds it'll say regular cruise available, and then you just do the opposite to set it back. And then just traditional controls here, up, down, and then you can adjust the forward collision alert or the adaptive cruise gap adjust there. And then over here we have our voice recognition, also a mute button here, and then these for the scroll bar here, and then the arrow buttons here for that gauge cluster. And you can toggle through that 12.3 inch reconfigurable gauge cluster with ease. And I'll even show you the different displays. So we have classic, progressive, digital, and then clean. So I actually like the classic look the best, followed by the digital, but if you don't like seeing your RPMs and all that, clean is pretty good. It's kind of like the electric cars, just having everything you need up there. And then there we have our heads-up display. Really good picture. And I like how big it is too. It's in your face, but it's not in the way, if that makes sense. And then down here we have our push button start. And then behind the steering wheel on the right side we have volume controls. And behind the steering wheel on the left side we have our track list and radio station favorite controls. And I almost forgot that rear camera mirror is part of that technology package. We can just toggle that here. And then we can mess with the settings with these 3 buttons over here. So brightness, so on and so forth. And here is our key fob with remote start. But next we're going to go ahead and take this Silverado 1500 High Country out on the road for a quick test drive. So really good pull from the turbo diesel, which is to be expected. I've driven another Silverado with a similar setup. I think it was a Trail Boss though, and I was very impressed by that as well. And having the 10-speed is nice too, because it finds those perfect shift points and you don't even feel the shifts hardly. But I want to put this into sport mode and just see how it accelerates. I won't give it too much throttle, but I'll give it a little. Yeah, I just love how it pulls so smoothly, utilizing the turbo when it can. We have the adaptive cruise on now. And this lane departure, the lane keep assist, I should say, it keeps you in the lines, but obviously it's not super cruise, but it's pretty good at what it's meant to do. Let me dial this back to normal mode. You can see as it goes to the left side too, it'll kind of ping it back in just ever so slightly. And then there's my fuel economy there. I'm getting about 25 miles per gallon. I'm going a little faster than the speed limit. So you can expect that 27 miles per gallon that the EPA promises. And then you're supposed to get 22 in the city. And you get a little assistance with that, having the auto stop on this truck. So I've been sitting at this light for about 5 to 10 minutes, I'd say. And it's just really, really impressive that the auto stop was on about 70-80% of the time. So every time I'd move up, it would cut on, and then it would turn itself off after moving about 40 feet. So very impressive in terms of saving on the diesel, especially since it's about twice as much as gas is right now. And of course, with the diesel being more efficient, and you're probably breaking even in terms of gas mileage on this compared to, let's say, a 6.2. But I just like how smooth the Duramax powertrain is with the 10-speed, really. This is one of the, I'd say this is the truck that I enjoy the driving dynamics most in, except for the 6.2 liter. But this is just so much more tame, and being able to use that turbo really makes a difference in terms of having to shift as much and just having that feel of boost as you're going through the rev range. So, but the high country itself, definitely if you can afford the trim level, it has a lot of fun features, especially just having that signature high country kind of the perforated leather with the brown throughout, and it really does coincide with this nightshade blue very well. And then having the heads-up display, the rear camera mirror, and the adaptive cruise is part of that technology package. And of course, having that power tailgate. If you need a pickup truck and you're going to use it for a bunch of truck stuff, and you have the money, can't go wrong with the high country. But I don't tow, so I would mostly just be using this for the convenience features, the luxury features, and just the overall look of the truck. And I like having that bed camera, but I think you can get that on the LTZ anyway, so that would probably be the one I would go with. Save a few thousand. But like I said, if you're a truck person and you want cream of the crop, definitely can't go wrong with the new 2023 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 High Country.